Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Off the Bench Sports Prep News. Hope that everyone had a great weekend. A lot of basketball happened over the weekend, not only here in the state, but around the country, man. It's just basketball everywhere, man, right now. Really, just get, I get kind of talking about high school sports. It's just everything for me. The process of all this should make you happy as well. Knowing that someone that you know is is playing the game and playing the game the right way. Doing doing the little things that they're supposed to be doing. You gotta love that. One moment, you guys. Sorry about that, you guys. I did something backwards, I guess. Again, lot of stuff going on that we got to talk about. MLK Classic Saturday. We were at East Jeff. They hosted the Mandeville Skippers. A lot of other games across the state. Saturday's action included Anacoco LCA, Anacoco goes down to Lafayette Christian, 34-22. This from Saturday. Hey, I think we got our first guest here. I did something probably wrong, so we're going to go ahead and bring in our first guest. Please welcome in joining us, Madison Prep Chargers head coach Jeff Jones. He's been a familiar guest with us. He's been with us, man, a lot of times on different things we've done. Good morning, Coach. Welcome. How are you?
Hey, how you doing, Coach Grayson? How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I was saying earlier, man, that I always get a little emotional sometimes when I get to talk about high school sports. It just means so much to me to just be able to be a part of the moment. Uh, I know that it means a lot to you as well because you invest a lot of your good time, good effort, good energy in not only being a part of the game, but helping kids to understand what it takes for them to be better. On,
Yeah.
on, on this past weekend, you guys made a trip that you guys started off at 10-3, number one in class 3A. One of the games I know that I was really excited about hearing that you guys got a win about. You guys played Florida State University High School. That is Charlie Ward's team for the University of Florida State or Florida State University. Talk to us a little bit about that game, Coach.
Well, now we were 12-3, Holbert.
7-3.
Yeah. What LHSA doesn't have, we beat Raymond High School out of Mississippi, and we beat the number 2 team in Alabama, Grisham High School, down around Thanksgiving. So we're 12-3 going into the weekend. Now we're 14-3. Wins hard to come by, man. I got to count all of them.
Man, that's all you know is winning. Stop that, man.
Florida State University School. Well, first, meeting Charlie Ward was a kind of cool experience because most people from Baton Rouge, from my era, kind of grew up Charlie Ward fans.
Right. I was
Really,
one of them.
when Warwick Dunn went there. You know what I'm saying? When Warwick Dunn went there, this whole Baton Rouge area began to put eyes on Florida State.
Right.
And Charlie Ward happened to be the quarterback when Warwick was there. I kind of gave my kids a history lesson, that told me he was a football player, as well as a basketball player, and he won a Heisman Trophy, and he ended up playing in the NBA. The kid like, how you do that, Coach? Just kind of was telling them back in our days, we weren't kind of individualized in sports like the kids are nowadays. We played everything, whatever season it was, that's what we played.
Right.
We just played just to play, just be going and doing something and whatever, but. He had a really good team. I think they came down and participated in the Sugar Bowl. He has a kid on there by the name of Trey Donaldson who signed with Auburn. He has a point guard. I know that has Texas Tech, UCF, South Florida, a couple other offers. He had about four Division I prospects on there. Very high level group. We kind of trail a good part of the game. 4 points, 2 points, back and forth, kind of seesaw back action. And down the stretch, we ended up just pulling it out. Huge game from Desmond Perkins.
21 points from Dez.
I think Dez had ended up with about 18 points and about 14 rebounds. Percy was steady. He had about 12. Jalen Williams had about 9. He was steady. Josh Smith had 12. And I want to say Jace Depron had about 10 to 12. So a good collaborative team effort with Dez and Jalen and Percy being our leaders. But, Dez really stepped it up and hit some big clutch baskets for us. And like I said, he owned those boards. He had about 14, 15 rebounds.
From what I heard, he also walked away with an offer after the game versus Florida State.
Yeah, he got an offer from Tallahassee University, Community College. And he also had a couple head coaches courtside, smaller schools, but good schools nonetheless. Clark Atlanta and Morehouse. Both of those head coaches were very, very high on him and very interested in getting involved in recruiting him.
I think Dez is the epitome of what, or the reason why kids should really just be a part of the moment, because Dez played some last year, spot minutes. I'd say probably, but Dez was always just, he was Dez's little brother. He was Desiel's little brother.
Right.
At Madison Prep, and no one ever. I'm gonna tell you honestly, I'd never see freshman year, sophomore year. I didn't see any real major growth in him. Junior year again, I didn't know which way he was gonna turn. But the one thing about Madison Prep that I tell people is that you have to do the work if you ever want to see the court there, because there's so many kids that come to school there to be really good students and really good athletes. And Dez is the epitome of that, because he's found his niche in high school basketball through you and the determination that you ask your kids to give. How wonderful is it for you seeing Dez grow as he has this season?
Dez is one of those kids that I've always pulled for Dez. I've known Dez since the 6th grade. He was a 6th grader at our middle school, and shoot, always messing with him, talking to him. I've actually met his brother through him. His brother was 8th grade at McKinley Middle. So I've known Dez longer than I've known anybody in that family. And he, like you said, he's a kind of kid. He's waited his turn.
Right.
He's waited his turn, and that's why I was so proud. And I'm so happy to see the things that he's doing this year. He's having a very, very good senior year. It started with a good summer. He generated a lot of interest from a lot of Division I, mid-major type, lower mid type schools, and so I'm just excited to see it, because he has waited his turn, and he deserves everything that's coming his way right now. And on top of that, Dez is an outstanding student.
Right.
Overall, he was just nominated for LHSA academic all-state team. He has overall GPA of a 4.2, something like that.
Okay.
So, outstanding student. And like I always told him, man, you're going to end up somewhere. You're 6'6", you're athletic,
Right.
you're thin, but you're 6'6", you're athletic, and you're skilled.
Right.
And you have great grades.
You can always add muscle.
Yeah, you can always add muscle. Redshirt year will help you with your development, help you with your strength and whatnot. And he's a young kid too, but he's a good kid. I'm happy, happy for what he's been able to get going so far.
Tell us about the second game you had in Atlanta over the weekend. Who did you guys compete against?
Man, the second game played a school called Benjamin Mays. They were the host team, right off South Side Atlanta. Tough, hard-nosed group of kids. Definitely the home team. Had something I never ever had happen in my coaching career. It was 11-11 when we went into the end of the first quarter. When we came out of the huddle, it was 11-9. They took 2 points off the board. I've never seen that in my life. But they said somehow, some way, 2 points that we scored, it shouldn't have been scored. The ref called it off. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I blacked out or something. I didn't see the ref call it off. I don't know. But it was 11-11, and even on the board, they have one of those big boards that, like they have in the colleges, it has the number, the points that they have.
It equaled up to 11.
11. But like I told the kids, man, hey, man, we got to play through. I told them at halftime, we're down at the half. I said, man, you consider yourself state championship team. You think you're going to win a state championship. Well, this is the kind of stuff you got to go through to win it. Because everything's not going to be just laid out for you, rose petaled and candy coated to win a state title. You're going to have to make some stuff happen. You're going to have to play through adversity, and you got to find a way. So they came out second half. Like I said, a physical, gritty team. It was the game was a real physical game, low scoring, 44-41 was the final score. We ended up winning. But we had 2 character wins down there in Atlanta. Because of those are 2 games that easily we could have lost easily. but those kids dug down, found a way, and got it done. Well, I think
Right.
we're up out there.
Coach, you've coached a lot of really talented kids in your tenure as a high school head basketball coach, in your tenure as a coach on the Under Armour circuit. This year is no different. You have a guy that, for me, he's shown and proven to be the most. He's proven to be the Shaquille O'Neal of this generation in Percy Daniels. What's it been like coaching Percy for the last 4 years?
Man, it's been gratifying because Percy is not your typical. He wasn't your typical 6'5", 6'6" freshman coming into high school. Sometimes you had to wonder if Percy even loved basketball. Numerous times I asked Percy over the years, "Are you playing because you want to play, or are you playing because somebody making you play?"
Right.
But as the years went on, Percy really began to take this thing serious, to see what it could possibly be for him, and he has truly gotten better and better and better. And one thing I will say about Percy, one thing that I love about Percy, accepts and embraces a challenge. When we play some of these big boys from all over across the country, Percy always steps up. Always steps up and shows up. And just the ability to compete is something
Right.
is probably one of his biggest attributes. He has he plays a lot of minutes, and we run a lot of stuff through him, but he comes through. Majority of the time he comes through, and if he doesn't come through, he's trying like hell.
Right.
And I'm proud to see, like a kid like him, coming up, tough family life circumstances, to be, first of all, to be an academic qualifier. Percy has overall 3.5 grade point average. First of all, to be an academic qualifier and earn a scholarship to Seton Hall.
Right.
I'm excited for him. I don't know. I don't care if he go there and be the lead all-time lead scorer, or if he don't average 2 points a game. Just a mere fact to get a kid out of South Baton Rouge,
Right,
in New Jersey, Big East, great education, great experience more than anything. The people he's going to be exposed to, culture and everything else.
absolutely.
That's what it's all about. For me, that's what it's all about for me.
Coming up, Coach, you have a couple of more kids that are going to be able to cement their name into Madison Prep history, and that is Josh Smith and kid number 5, Jeff.
Yep.
Yeah. What are you? I know that you are always teaching life lessons, Coach. That's just who Jeff Jones is, and the life lessons you're trying to teach aren't for today. Therefore, down the road, what is it that you see in Deperon and Smith that can make them set their own mark there at Madison Prep?
Well, first, Deperon, I can tell you this. Deperon probably reminds me of a kid who just left LSU, Cam Thomas. Cam was the kind of kid who put a lot of time into his game, which Jace does. And he also was the kind of kid that no matter what was going on, not so much in a bad way, sometimes you might think it is, it's like he got his own agenda. You know what I'm saying? He got his own set of circumstances. He got his own game plan for what he's going to do. But really, it's just, Cam's just the kind of kid that he put so much time in, so much work in. He wanted to do whatever he could do to help his team win. Jace is the same way. Josh Smith has a chance to be one of the best all-around players to come through there. He's about 6'2", left-handed, very good athlete, plays the point, can score it, can defend, and he's another one that plays a lot of minutes. So
Right.
Josh is a 3.5 student, very good academically. He's going to have some chances to go, where he wants to go as he continues to develop, body continues to fill out. this year is big for these guys as far as their future because they're starting every game as sophomores. You know,
Right.
it's rare that sophomores start here. It's even more rare that sophomores start here and are really counted on. And those two are definitely that. They not only start, we also count on them to come through and contribute. So they just have to keep putting in the work, stay humble, keep praying, and the process is gonna take care of itself. They're just following the footsteps of other guys before them.
Right, right. Coach, we want to thank you for taking a moment to join Prep News this morning. Really grateful that you did.
Yeah,
I'm definitely always here for anything that your kids may need exposure wise. We know that Madison Prep has been one of the standard bearers for high school basketball, high school football, track. I think you guys, girls basketball, you guys are working on making baseball and softball a standard as well. So continued success to you and your kids over there at Madison Prep, man. We really appreciate all the exciting times that you guys have provided for us, not just this year, but over the years. People have got a lot of enjoyment out of being able to watch the products that you guys put on the court, the field, or the diamond.
well, man, I appreciate you having us, Hobart, and like I said, man, I my hats off to you and your commitment and what you're doing and what you've been doing. I remember you started talking about the covering the games and doing all that. And I remember you pull up in your truck and damn near pulling the equipment out of a little old bag or something. Just kind of setting up, trying to cover some stuff in our game. We got some crazy Wi-Fi over there. Couldn't get the Wi-Fi to connect. Trying to get
Yeah,
hotspot. But you've come a long way in what you've
right.
done and started. And it started right here locally. Just kind of covering EA, getting some exposure to those kids in Gonzales City where your son was, and then it branched out to Baton Rouge and now Hobart Grace Off the Bench Sports can be found anywhere in Louisiana. Hey, it might be baseball, it might be girl bat, anything, and just keep doing it, man. Keep doing it, and I'm proud of you because I know where you started from. I'm proud of you, man.
Thank
Proud
you,
of
Coach.
you. The best and pray for you.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Hey, everyone, this is Jeff Jones, Madison Prep, Chargers basketball. You can catch them in a gym near you. They have district play starting this week. Hey, go check them out.
Yep. No district play. We don't do district, but
Y'all not doing district this year?
no, we quit it. We just do a tournament. We got St. Aug today at 5:00 in New Orleans. We come back tomorrow. We play Destrehan at home. Friday we got St. Michael's, and Saturday we have East St. John. So we got a good
Oh,
big,
wow.
and a
Great
big,
lineup.
big.
Great way to start the week with St. Aug. Great way to end the week with East St. John. Those will be two really competitive matchups. But I know you thrive in adverse conditions, and you also ask your players to thrive in adverse conditions. So that's going to be a really great week.
Yep.
So again, thank Jeff Jones for coming on. And
Thank
Coach,
you.
we'll be seeing you on in the gym somewhere. I'll see you soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man.
No doubt.
All right. Bye-bye.
Oh man, awesome. Coach Jeff Jones. I didn't know that in his district I hadn't heard that. I know that it's a lot of teams this year aren't doing the traditional 2 rounds of district play. They're just doing 1 week and then the district tournament. The district tournament, that's something new here in the down south area that they've been doing probably the last 5 years. And I'm probably not a big fan of it because I love the games. I love the games. I was a big fan of the 2 rounds of district play. That way, kids get to play play each team in their gym, and they get to go on the road and travel to the other team's gym and see what that atmosphere and that environment is like. Because again, if you're in the district with Madison Prep, that's a that's a tough environment to go and play in. You know, that's a really tough environment to go play in. You know, McKinley is another one of those schools that it's a tough environment to go play in. Wiseman, Washita, Northside, Woodlawn, Shreve, Huntington, like all those are really hostile environments to go play in. And so again, the process of that is really great. For me, I was a big fan of the 2 rounds of district play, but like all things, you know, in order to have growth, change must come about. In order to have growth, change must come about. And those who can adapt to change is more likely, more adapt to be the most successful people in life, no matter what it is you're doing. And that, you know, that's just how that goes. You know, it's no slight on anyone. Oh. So we'll get back to scores, news, and notes. 5A basketball. Rummel gets a big win over St. Aug, 45-44. Looks like we're gonna have to take a break from that again. So we'll be right back after this break. I have to just take a break real quick. We're back. We're back. Thank you for being patient. I needed to get into a place of comfort, man. I'm not really comfortable without these things in my ears. So, because I need to be able to hear. And so we're about to bring our next guest in. He's a guy that's been around for a very long time. I'm sitting here watching him backstage now, and he's like, where's this guy, Hobert Grayson? What is he doing? So we're about to bring our next guest in. He's probably one of the only guys. There's a couple of guys in the state that, you know, can run their mouth as much as me. He's probably one of them. Please welcome us in joining Hamilton Christian Warriors head coach Dexter Washington. He's at Burton Coliseum this morning. Welcome, Coach. How are you today?
Hey, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you great.
Good, man. working on 36 more hours, well, 12 more hours, 14 more hours. But I'm feeling good. It's the last day. Uh, Everything seems to be going well. You know, the biggest thing about it is just being here, just being
Right.
here.
Right. Looks like you've been to the barber this morning, got a fresh cut, fresh line. You know, beard is even, you know, all that little gray is glistening a little bit. You know, you put some of that barber oil on you or something, man. What's up with that, man? Getting up at 5, going getting a haircut, coming trying to outshine me, man. I see you.
Oh man, actually I did Friday, man, and it's just still looking pretty neat, pretty fresh. Uh, you know, I don't get a chance to get to the barber very often, maybe once a month, once every month and a half. And, you know, with some of the responsibilities that I have at my school, with my basketball program, with my athletic director duties, just so many responsibilities that go hand in hand. But, you know, for the most part, man, you know, it keeps me going. You know, every time I wake up, you know, I do my prayer and meditation about 4:30 in the morning. I know when I get to school, there's going to be something that is going to be out the box or one of the kids, and you just got to make sure you don't react to what they do, and you just try to respond to it, and try to guide them and lead them in the right direction, man.
Right. So this weekend, it's your second time hosting such an event in honor of a guy that gave it all while he was alive. It's your second annual MLK basketball tournament held at Burton Coliseum in Lake Charles, Louisiana. You had, you know, last year just one day. I know when we talked about it, you said, "Hey man, this is just something that I wanted to do, I needed to do," and it was one day, and you didn't get maybe all the teams that you wanted to get last year, but this year you definitely did a great job of putting a really awesome lineup together. 2 days of high school basketball action. Talk to us a little bit about what it entailed in putting an event like this together.
You know, Hobart, last year, you know, the first year we came here just on a Saturday. And you know, I'm one of them guys. I sit back and I have all these thoughts about how to promote whatever sport it is. It doesn't matter what I'm involved with, if it's football, basketball, whatever. And the opportunity presented itself, so we used Burton Coliseum, and you know, it was just a Warrior Classic at the time. And
Right.
the guy from the Convention and Visitors Bureau called me and said they would like to know if you wanted a couple of more days. And when they said that, you know, my eyes kind of lit up because I knew then all the people that wants to get into Burton Coliseum to play for a state championship, there are also people that want to get in Burton Coliseum to give their kids an opportunity to see what it's like to play for a state championship. Unfortunately, man, this year the COVID stuff popped back up. We got a lot of fear that came up. A couple of schools backed out, not because of COVID, but because the parishes began to shut down. There was a lot of
Right.
different things. So it kind of made me stop some of the things that I normally do for my events, like the hospitality room. The college coaches are being a little shut off a little bit because they're trying to get their season done, you know, and trying to make sure that the event was going to take place. And you know, I just backed off a lot of things, man. So a lot of people were like, "Man, why you didn't do this? Why?" Man, I was trying to just have an event. And
Right.
what happened, man, is the event, like I said, we had day 3, but the event has gone well. You know, in basketball, you're going to fall behind or you're going to stay ahead. I mean, that's just the way it is. You know, if it's
Right.
a several games, you can't expect every game to start on time unless you're playing 2 hours a game. And that you're still going to be ahead or you still can fall behind. But, you know, once people get in, they're not going anywhere. So once fans pay to get in, they're not going anywhere. The thing is, they'll get a chance to watch other basketball games that they may not be coming to see by having a
Right.
game overextend this time. And they get to see players, they get to see coaches, that they may have seen or maybe have just heard of. And, this is how you build a fan base through teams. And over everything has gone well. We had some great matchups. I've had great reviews on this thing. And I haven't even touched the surface as to how I'm going to do it going forward. I have some bigger ideas, how to get a lot of people involved. I have more ideas. I mean, this is definitely an opportunity for every high school kid that wants to play here to get an opportunity to play here. It doesn't matter. I got some more days added to my 3 days. So I'm up to 5 days if I choose to do so. So, we just blessed, man, and I think that's God working through me. I think that's God blessing me to give me opportunity to do things for other people, kind of like what God does. God help those who help themselves,
Right.
and I'm gonna continue going out there to help other people, man, to the best of my ability.
Right. Can you give us some scores from tell us what teams played yesterday and scores from those events if you have them handy?
I don't have them, but I got a good memory here. I tell you what, it opened up with Karen Crow and Carroll. Carroll has a team that nobody's seen. I wouldn't be surprised to see Carroll, if not at the quarterfinals, to the semi.
Coach. I don't like interrupting people, but time out. Say that again.
Oh, Carroll High is a team that people better be paying attention to.
I've seen Carroll High School.
Okay.
Hey, don't say that. When you talking to me, you can't say that. I see everybody. It's a very few teams that I don't see. But
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people that don't see what you and I saw it for 2 days. There's a lot of people going to be surprised, except for probably the people where they're located. But There's a team that can sneak in. I can tell you that after watching them on yesterday. If they get any better than what I saw yesterday, they gave St. Louis a tough time for about 3 quarters. And I know St. Louis will win a state championship. So that let me know that they're very, 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 very capable of making a run.
Brandon Landers is the first-year coach at Carroll High School. He's done a great job coming in, implementing his program where Ricky Johnson, Rictavian Johnson, Lazarus Burks, and Owens, and Ashton Scott, those guys are the guys that he's been leaning on and depending on all season to help him get through what they're trying to do. They're ranked in the top 10 in 3A. They're in a very tough district with Carroll, Wiseman, Richwood, Union, and Sterlington. So, yes, they've done a really great job.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, Parkway played that, they beat Fairview up. I think Fairview was tired from the game against Lafayette. They didn't shoot well. But Parkway was one of the few teams I saw was able to stop Fairview from what they do. They're going to play fast. It's like a Chinese fire drill going on. But Parkway was able to counter that by getting back, and they're not going to run any half-court offense on Parkway. But Michaela Williams is everything she is, and she's only a junior. That was good for the local community to see. Yeah. One of the best games of the day, man, was the Destrehan Northside game. That Troy Green has done a phenomenal job. They're 16-3. Down there in Destrehan, a football town. And Troy, it's year 2, has done a phenomenal job. They fell behind 32-12 and actually came back and won that game 6-1.
Wow.
And, and I know Northside has just got back the Saturday from playing Wiseman, but, you don't give up a lead like that, man. And those kids from Destrehan, Troy, this probably going to be the difference in Troy maybe getting into the second round, maybe quarterfinal. I don't know if he's ready for the Final Four yet, but I know as long as he's on the sideline, it gives his team as good of a chance to win as anybody because of his experience and his opportunity from being everywhere he's been. So that was probably the highlight game. The Ash North Central game, North Central playing without Reginald Stoner. They ended up Ash won 70-58, but I could assure you, if Reginald Stoner was there, the
different ball game
would have been, but it would have been one hell of a game. I could tell you that.
Right. Absolutely correct, man. I can't ever remember the North Central coach's name. It's his
Basil,
second year though.
Coach Basil.
Yeah, he's done a phenomenal job in his 2 years. He's picked up some very, very good quality wins.
Yes, he had.
Not only last year, but this year as well. And again, Reginald he's been dealing with, I think, a little nagging ankle injury all year long from football. But I think the thing about Reginald is just trying to keep him healthy because I don't think they're going to have any real major issues in district play, but just having him available for second round on up once the playoffs get started.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I tell you what, when you get a Kim Mulkey and Simone Augustus in your facility, they got to have players in here, right? Well, I tell
Right.
you what, young lady Jada Richard, we know Kim recruiting Michaela. That's a no-brainer. But the little kid, Jada Richard from LCA popped off for 39. And I tell you one thing, I was standing over there. Kim and I've been knowing Kim a long, long, long time. And, she was talking basketball with me. And I tell you what, don't be surprised if Jada Richard pick up a LSU offer here in the next few weeks or whenever. But I can tell you, she will be offered by LSU. And, I think she's going to be a top 100 kid in her class. She just can play, man. She just can play. Yeah, she can play.
Right. Any more game results from yesterday?
Again, I don't have those are the games that stood out in my mind more than anything. I tell you what, Southwood defeated Opelousas pretty handily, and they're going to match up today with Bob, who has been having a great season. But I tell you what, Southwood had a young lady, I forgot her name, went off for 29 points. They're not big, they're scrappy, and they play together. And my guy, Coach Galate, is doing a great job with that particular group right there. Really.
Absolutely. We did a coach's spotlight on Coach Kendrick Galat week ago. Really passionate guy who loves Southwood and Southwood Lady Cowboys basketball.
I wish I had my sheet in front of me, but I don't. But I know, I can speak a little bit about Hamilton Christian. We played Ville Platte, and we won. We starting to put it together now. We struggled early in the year, not about wins and losses, but team chemistry, continuity, and why we play the game of basketball. And I think in the last few games, our kids have gotten out of their own way and they begin playing for one another. Our defensive game has picked up quite a bit. The big fella is starting to grab hold of the game a lot better, starting to block shots. Dion is actually not shooting well at this time, but he's playing on the other end of the court, and he's doing some good things. And, Dion just got back from a unofficial visit from Xavier in Ohio, and they really like him, and we'll see how they turn out. But when he got back, he said, Coach, I see what it's all about, and I see what you're saying. Right. Playing at the next level is not as easy as saying it's playing at the next level. So, this has been, man, look, I began this year. I normally put the showdown in the lake. This event has now led me to have the girls showdown in the lake. So we're going to do a dual event. Next year, we're going to have the boys showdown in the lake as well. And we're going to have the girls showdown in the lake. And I'm talking to people. So, we're talking about the tip-off classic. We're talking about the tournament. We're talking about the MLK. Burton Coliseum has been good to me as far as me hosting events. And, I'm going to take advantage of it because it's a lot of work, but it's not for me. It's for helping other people, helping other coaches, helping other kids, So there's a lot of things that we can get done, man. And, I'm not a selfish guy. I'm willing to do whatever I can to help anybody, Carr High School state champion 4A. I don't know who's going to beat them. I watched them play yesterday. They're solid across the board. They're big, They defend, and they're well coached by my guy, Terrence Howard, who came down here, played in my event, and hosted an event down in New Orleans on today. And that just done something to me. That just saved, I told him today, I say family over everything, bro. I've been knowing Terrence for about 25 years, man, and we've been thick ever since. and we talk throughout the season doing football and basketball. So, again, man, this whole thing is all about relationship. First of all, you got to be loyal to the people you bring here. You got to keep your word. And you just got to build relationship and let God fix everything, man. And that's what's been good for me, man. I got 2 Class Bs. I got Fairview and Episcopal School of Acadiana. It's always good to bring the lower classification schools in and give them an opportunity. Man, these people appreciate it. This thing is going to get as big as, man, I just don't know.
I lost you, Coach.
If you can still see me, I'm still here. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I hear you now.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess this next team, the guys calling me to find out what's going on, man. But Hobart, I really appreciate being on. I hadn't been on in a long time. I got a lot of things that's going on, man. I got a lot of things up in the future. Like I say, when I met you through Terry Martin from Richwood. Started out at the Showdown in the Lake. I look up, you got 13,000 plus followers. So you're doing a phenomenal job representing high school sports, college sports, whatever sport that, if it's marbles, I think you'll show up to do it. Hell, you even did every Henderson football camp live, So, our relationship will always be what it is. And, anytime, man, you want to just come and bring your brand and put it out there, I don't care what's going on. You're more than welcome to do it.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Everyone, please thank Coach Dexter Washington, Hamilton Christian Warriors athletic director. He's also the head coach for boys basketball there. Thanks, Coach, for taking time out of your busy morning. You got games going on already. On today, go out to Burton Coliseum and check out some games. At 8:30, ESA and Fairview played at 10 a.m. Highland Baptist and Bell City played at 11:15. We have Lakeview versus University, 11:30, Barr versus Southwood. Afternoon action at 1:45, North Central will take on Coach Carlisle and the Anacoco Indians. Coach Charlotte and the Beauchamp Gators will take on Coach Lionel Gilbert and the Donaldsonville Tigers. J.S. Clark, Ville Platte, that's a big local matchup. There's going to be a lot of people there from both of those schools to support one another. Grand Lake, J.S. Clark on the boys' side, again, both of those schools have great fan support. And then they finish the night up with 2 Lake Charles teams that are doing some really big things. LCCP has a new basketball coach in his first year, and Sam Houston, Coach Rob Acord, is doing a really phenomenal job of changing the culture of what Sam Houston Broncos basketball is. And so, again, another great day of high school basketball on the boys and girls side at the MLK Classic, Burton Coliseum, hosted by Coach Dexter Washington. Again, man, some of these things takes a lot of time, effort, and energy, and you lose a lot of sleep trying to make sure that you just put on a really great program for people to come and enjoy. And I know you already don't sleep, Coach. So once this day is over with, you're probably going to have you a nice little meal, and it's going to be lights out because school's back in tomorrow.
And I'm taking the day off. I told my principal already, but I got to go up there, But at least no more events for me right now. I can just focus on primarily the team, and we can start getting ready to make our run, and then I can start planning, hire me a football coach, get ready for the track season to begin, and I can kind of kick back, take a little time off for myself, man, and do me.
Right. So enjoy the rest of the day, man. I know it's going to be really great basketball up there today. And we're grateful that, you took time to join us, and we'll talk to you later, Coach.
Thanks, I appreciate it, Hope. Have a great one, bro.
No doubt. Hey, we're gonna try to get back to a little boys prep action here from Saturday. 5A is again a game that we were at on Saturday. You can go see that game on Off the Bench Sports YouTube. East Jeff with a big win over Mandeville Skips, 48-40. Again, man, that was a really phenomenal game for Mandeville, who they were 16-3 before that game Saturday began. Coach Josh Priola said that his team had been playing really well, and they were not looking ahead, but had a big matchup, coming up, and so again, he has some guys, man. They got some dudes, man, and Coach Kevin Hunt, man, can't talk enough about the job he did, kind of selling those guys down, and we're gonna have Coach Priola on later on in the show, but we can't talk enough about the job that Coach Hunt did selling those guys down, because Mandeville jumped out double-digit lead over East Jeff, and Jeff Landry and a couple of those other guys did a really great job of taking those body blows, because Mandeville plays a really fast-paced game, and they took those body blows, absorbed them, and then made their own little run. Arthur Oliver, Edgerin, those guys did a great job for East Jeff and helping secure a big 5A win against a very good, very, very good Mandeville Skippers basketball team. Hammond took a 4-point loss to John Ehret on the road, 75-71. Holy Cross loses at home to John Curtis, 59-53. 4A action on Saturday. Ben Franklin, Jeff Morris Community. Ben Franklin gets a win at home, 58-47 over Morris Jeff Community. Morris Jeff Community, man, I'm not saying that they came up out of nowhere or out of anywhere, but they made a really big run last year in the playoffs in 2A, and they're only going to get better. They're only going to get better. And we're a little bit behind. Saturday game that Coach Hamilton talked about with Northside Wiseman on Saturday. Wiseman gets a 10-point win. Coach Casey Jones. Game was at Wiseman. And Wiseman, big man, Pat Williams II, recorded a double-double, 13 points, 13 rebounds. Also, Cameron Coleman, the other big for Wiseman, recorded a double-double with, I think he had 10 points and 13 rebounds or something resembling that. Also, their leader on the court, number 10, one of my favorite players in the state this year. He had a really good game as well, as he always do. He's probably Wiseman's best defender, and you need that when you're playing a guy like Tyler Harris and those guys at Northside. Dugas and who can do a lot of things on the court. Everett is a slasher for Northside. He gets to the rim and he'll play on your top a little bit if you don't pay attention. Everett has some really great hops. Then they got their point guard Zion McCoy, who's a shooter. Their big guy number 21, and then they just got a kid back that's going to make a big difference. Saturday was his first game. Nothing can replace live action, getting your feet wet in a live game. So Northside got better on Saturday, even though they lost the game to a very, very strong, dominant basketball team like the Wiseman Wildcats. Northside got better, and they're only going to get better. They're one of the teams in 4A that, and I'm gonna say this right now, and this is no slight on anyone in 4A because there are a lot of really good basketball teams in 4A. You know, you expect the George Washington Carvers, the McMains, as Coach said, the Carr Cougars are going to be one of those teams this year with, trying to insert their name into the hat of the top 28. But do not overlook the Northside Vikings being a potential top 28 ball club. Do not overlook the BTW Shreve Lions as being a quarterfinal, possibly top 28 team under veteran coach Kenny Sykes. Huntington, really good coach and very experienced coach, along with some very experienced players over there in Huntington. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting in 4A once we get past district and get into the playoffs, and we'll have prep news, man, every other day in the evening after games are played. I can't wait for that. That's going to be really, really exciting. Hey, but right now, let's take a 30-second pause, and we're going to come back and just change speeds a little bit. All right? We'll be back in a minute. Well, welcome back again. At this point in the show, we're going to just change speed a little bit. A kid that I've been watching over the last few years. He's a guy that plays basketball, but he's doing pretty well in it as well. But he's a football guy. So let's bring into the broadcast Sharon Finister Jr., AKA Spongy. What's up, man? How you doing? Good morning.
Good morning. What's up with it?
Not much, not too much, man. We're gonna talk. We're gonna do a couple little things here this morning, man. I was really shocked early in the year. I'm in Marksville doing the tournament, and I knew Faraday would be there, but I did not expect to walk through the door and see Sharon Finister Jr. And man, you got a little basketball skills on you, man. You got a lot of effort, a lot of energy. When did you start playing basketball?
I just decided to play this season, my final year, just stay in shape, keep my body in shape, you know.
You are starring at your role. You play the 4. Your job is to defend and rebound. You do that very well for Coach Sean Davis. What else is happening within that mix that your teammates said, man, keep that up. We need you in this position?
Even though without me not having big scoring games, they know I play a big role to the team by rebounding and being long, playing defense, and making it harder for the other team to score.
That's what's up, man. Um, I'm telling you, man, I was really happy, really refreshed to see you on the basketball court. You use your gifts to help make a path for you, and that's what you should be doing. So congratulations. But hey, you're a football guy, man. You're a football guy. Tell us a little bit about some of the accomplishments that you earned this year in your final year of high school football at Faraday.
Um, I say the season didn't actually go as planned, but I mean it was a fun season. If you look back on it, I mean you can't go back to high school no more. I mean I played my last final high school game in the All-Star game a couple
Right.
weeks ago, and it was so fun. Many guys around Louisiana was there, met them, played, had fun. Joe Star, we get practice, played the game.
Right. I'm about to ask a really crazy question that I know the answer to. And so therefore I probably need to refresh this question. So I'm going to refresh it. A couple of years ago, you guys win state championship. You were a young guy in the game then. You know, what was that like for you guys playing for Coach Stanley Smith and winning a high school state championship for Faraday High School and for the city of Faraday?
Can't lie, it was the best feeling ever being in the dome. I mean, best feeling ever. But yeah, it was fun. It was real fun. We went down there, had a blast the whole week. Went to practice, put in the work, did what coach told us to do. Came out victorious, and at the end we celebrated.
Every year since you guys have won the state championship, your role and your expectation level has expanded from what Coach Smith and Coach Kitchen require for and of you to do, but also your work ethic increased and expanded. How did you get to the point to where you say, okay, this is what is required, and so I'm just gonna do the work? When did that just happen for you?
Um, I really wanted to, get better because I mean, even though we won the championship, I didn't start. I didn't really have maximum playing time, so I had to go put in work and get better, make myself better to hopefully try to do the same thing the next year. And
Right. Senior year, you're asked to step outside of your box. You are cornerback traditionally in your years experience in football. This year you were asked to play quarterback for Faraday. What was that like for you?
At the beginning, I think it was kind of weird because I never played. Well, I did Little League, but I got used to it. But I'm an athlete, so I was able to maintain it.
Right. What um what was it like for you after playing quarterback offensively? How much did that help you in being able to see what quarterbacks are looking at and envisioning from a defensive perspective at your cornerback spot? How much did that help you be a better cornerback?
It helped me tremendously. It was really helping me because I mean, at quarterback, you got to scan the whole field. So which means at
Right.
cornerback, you already ahead of the game at cornerback because you is one thing you on one side of the field. You gonna be with that receiver. You gonna have to hold him. It's
Right.
easier.
What are some of the things, even though basketball season is going on right now, what are some of the things that you're still doing to help you be better at football and to show coaches that your love and dedication for football is through the roof. What can you tell the coaches?
You saying like football?
Yes, for football. What
Uh,
are you doing still in preparation to get you ready for your next level, whatever that may be, for you to go play football next year?
I really playing basketball just to like stay in shape, but I ain't worked out lately because I don't want
Okay.
to overwork myself. But yeah, when basketball season over, I know I'm running track to stay in shape again too.
Okay.
Again, start
Okay.
back training, lifting weights. I have a personal trainer.
Okay. Cool. Cool. That's what's up, man. Sharon finished the junior. Again, you just keep surprising me, man. Keep surprising me. But I love the hard work. I love the dedication. I know that you I know that by what you're doing, that you absolutely love Faraday High School and the Faraday Trojans community. So I know that Principal Jackson appreciates you, Coach Smith, Coach Davis, all those guys. They appreciate the hard work and dedication that you're putting in to make their respective programs winners. And so keep up the good work, man. And always hard work always pays off in the end. And so we're proud of you here at Off the Bench Sports Prep News. And thanks for joining us this morning.
I appreciate that.
No doubt. Thank you. Sharon Finister Jr., ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wow. That was a great job, man. Sharon is a really, really phenomenal young man. He works really hard. And, even when asked to step outside of his comfort zone and go play football, I've never seen him complain. He's only going to get better. He's only going to get better. Whatever college or university he attends for football, they're going to be getting a kid that is going to really work hard to help increase the wins that they get in their school. So congrats to Sharon and his hard work and effort and dedication. Going back to basketball, boys basketball. Also on Saturday, wow, big win for River Oaks over Caldwell Parish. Caldwell Parish, River Oaks at home for Caldwell. 83-29 win over the Spartans. Northwest Washington Marion, that game was at Hamilton Christian at Burton. Yeah, okay. 56-48 win for Washington Marion. Ville Platte Hamilton Christian, 72-49 win for Ville Platte. 2A. Isidore Newman Southern Lab. Isidore Newman gets a 40-37 win over Southern Lab. Jefferson Rise Charter takes a tough one to Livingston Collegiate, 82-38. St. Helena gets a win on the road versus Tara, 54-51. Falls River gets a big win over Central Private, 41-27. And finally, last but not least, St. Martin Episcopal at home versus St. John gets a 58-42 victory I believe at St. John of Plaquemine. So that was boys basketball from Saturday. Let's go and check out a little girls prep hoops action real quick. Let's get there. Class B, Hicks Barb was canceled for Saturday. Class T versus 5A Hicks Barb. Sorry, Class B action looks like they had one game on tap. Fairview versus Lafayette. Fairview gets a 57-55 win over Lafayette. Big win for Fairview because Lafayette High girls, I think they were on like a 4 or 5 game win streak. So very big win for them. Also, 5A girls basketball, Archbishop Chappelle gets a win over Archbishop Hannah, 58-40 at home. Hammond South Plaquemines also canceled. Again, Coach Washington talked about this game as well. Parkway Lafayette Christian, 62-56 win. Parkway gets a big win over Coach Earl Rogers and the Lafayette Christian Academy Knights, Lady Knights. 4A. LaGrange Liberty. LaGrange on the road takes a 54-51 loss over the Liberty Magnet Lady Patriots. Girls basketball, Tara St. Helena. That was a boys and girls matchup, looks like. St. Helena gets a 46-21 win over the Tara Lady Trojans. Also, boys and girls look like River Oaks and Caldwell Parish, 49-34 win for Caldwell Lady Spartans at home. Patterson Covenant Christian, big win for Patterson, 57-52 for the Lady Lumberjacks. 2A, 2 games. Okay, we talked about both of those. Girls Action Central Private versus False River, 52-10 win for Central Private. Covenant Christian Girls Action versus Patterson. Talked about that one as well, I believe. St. Martin's Episcopal St. John, 40-27 win for St. Martin Episcopal. And that's girls prep action. See what we can talk about next. Just give me 1 second here. I'm trying to figure out how to make this work. I was trying to get some. I know we had a lot of stuff happening in wrestling, and I was trying to get us some updates on some wrestling events because they had a few over the weekend that I saw, and so I was not able to pull up any information on that. Coming up soon, indoor track, February 19th, 2022 at the Carl Maddox Fieldhouse in Baton Rouge. Uh, you can go and order your tickets to check out that event. See what they had in girls soccer. For Saturday. Ascension Episcopal Lafayette Christian. Ascension Episcopal gets a big win at home, 7-1 over Lafayette Christian. Calvary Baptist, Ouachita Christian. Calvary Baptist loses to Ouachita Christian on the road, took 3-2. New Iberia goes on the road, gets a big win, 5-1 versus Vermilion Catholic. Holy Savior Menard wins at home over St. Fred's, 1-0. Ursuline, Lewis McGahee, big win for Lewis McGahee at home, 7-1 win. Vermilion Catholic takes a big loss to Catholic New Iberia at home, 5-1. Division III, girls soccer. University Lab gets a big win over Bruley at home, 8-0. DeRidder goes down to Grace Christian, 2-0 on the road. On the road, Leesville, Beauchamp, no score on that one. Livonia, West Feliciana, 6-0 win at home for West Feliciana over Livonia. 2-1 win for Loyola Prep over Lakeshore at home. St. Michael Parkview, 2-2 tie. St. Michael does a great job on the road. Anytime you can go on the road in soccer and get a win or get a tie, that's still almost like a win in soccer. Division I, Acadiana gets a 3-1 win on the road over Barb, 3-1. Captain Shreve goes down to St. Joe's Academy, 6-0 at St. Joe's. Dutchtown EA, always a heated competitive rivalry, no matter what the score is. Dutchtown gets a 5-0 win over East Ascension at home. Mount Carmel, Vanderbilt Catholic, Mount Carmel Lady Cubs get a win at home, 4-0. Pineville Parkway wins that one on the road, 1-0. Okay. Let's go back there then, I guess. Looks like our next guest is a little early, but that's always a great thing. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find something here. Okay, y'all. Sorry about that. I found it. I'm back. Hey, our next guest is a little early, but we're gonna go ahead and welcome him in, and then we'll finish up with boys soccer. And so let's invite our next guest in. Please welcome Josh Priola, head boys basketball coach at Mandeville High School, home of the Skippers. What's up, Coach? How you doing?
What's going on? Thank you for having me. Thank you for
No
having me.
doubt. Welcome to Off the Bench Sports Prep News, man, where we try to just, showcase and highlight all things high school athletics, not just here in state, across the state of Louisiana, but wherever we can get news notes and highlights from anywhere. As long as it's high school sports, we want to be a part of it. We want to be in the high school. We want to be the premier resource for high school athletics here at Off the Bench Sports, man. And so, hey, it was I want to start out by saying this. I was really, really impressed in watching your kids play on Saturday. They're really good. So, you guys, as the young kids say, you guys are pressure. Talk to us a little bit about early in tournament season. Well, I'm sorry. Let's stop and go back. Tell us a little bit about Josh Priola.
Mandeville's been pretty much my home from the start. My dad coached here for about 20 years, and I thought I was going to do the whole college coaching thing. I bounced around like a couple little spots, and I didn't work my way up fast enough type deal. I guess you can say that. So I had an opportunity to come back home, and now I'm at Mandeville. So that's pretty much it.
How good does it feel to be at a place that you know extremely well and a place that you call home?
It's good. I like having my family, all that stuff around. So that's the main thing. It doesn't beat that. So that's the number one thing. So
Right. How many times have you looked back into your remembrance from being a young kid and watching your dad coach there and saying, man, I remember my dad doing this pregame, or practices went like this, and you take some of that stuff and incorporate it. You take some of that stuff and incorporate it into what you are now as Mandeville's head ball coach.
So pretty much everything. So some of the coaches like Trent Johnson, he's at CSUN now, but I coached with him when he was at TCU, and then Wes Flanagan's assistant at Auburn. So those are the coaches I've been around. So I took a little bit of everything, but a lot of the stuff, was from my dad because I was with him for 18 years or so, 18 whatever. So
Right. I want to talk a little bit about this season. I think if my memory serves me correctly, you guys right now are 15-4.
I think that. So we played some out of state games. So with the out of state games, we're 15-7. 15-7.
Okay, 15-7. Talk to us a little bit about everything up until Saturday. Some of the games that you like, some of the things that you said, hey, well, maybe we could have done this better, because you have a few kids in Wymanson, Payzone, Um, number 23 is really solid. Number 2, like
She was the LSU wide receiver, Ibieta.
right,
Yeah.
yeah, Ibieta,
Yeah.
and so talk to us a little bit about what preseason tournament games look like for Mandeville.
Preseason, we played in that Hoop Fest Classic. We didn't have Payson. He was out hurt in the beginning of the year. So that was one of the preseason big wins. We played great as a team. Kind of slowed the game down a little bit against that one.
That was the win against Beauchamp.
Beauchamp, yep, yes, sir. And then another one was McMain, probably our worst game of my career. We everybody McMain, so we had it circled and everything, and then there was 4 D1 coaches there. I think Tulane, Ole Miss, Southeastern, Southern Miss, they were all there. Everybody was, and it was probably the worst. Everything that could have went wrong, and we weren't ready for that type of one of the best teams in the state. So,
right. What'd you tell you guys after that game to get them back on track? Because sometimes it has nothing to do with X's and O's or skill set. Sometimes another team is just better than you on that particular day. How you get your kids mentally back, ready to go after taking a big devastating loss?
it was tough. Really, there's really no way to do it besides play. Luckily we got to play like 18 hours later, so we were in the tournament. So, it was just go back to the drawing board. Hey, this didn't show them film. We watched film. Hey, this is why. This is what happened. This could give us a better chance. If we do this, we have no chance. Don't care who we playing. So, luckily we played 18 hours later, so we got that taste out of it. But I still think about it. I ain't gonna forget. That's a bad one.
Is that called motivation?
Yeah, I really, you don't really do this job for money. You want to try to be the best. So, that's why we try to schedule these teams, Scotlandville, Newman, all the big teams you hear about, and we lost every one of them. So, yeah, that's what we're working for, though.
I want to give you this, Coach, and hopefully when I give this to you, it helps you maybe change your perspective a little bit about it. Sometimes losing is winning. Sometimes losing is winning. If losing helps your kids say, well, I need to get in the gym more and work on free throw shooting, or work more on ball handling, or I need to be more engaged defensively in defending, then that's a win, even though you may have lost on the scoreboard the game before. But if it helps your kids become more engaged, show more of a love, more of a passion for the game, then you actually win.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I wish we would practice as hard after wins as losses. It's 100% with our team. Yeah, we practice. We just had a practice at 8 a.m. and it was, after Saturday, we're getting it in today. So,
right. Let's talk a little bit about Saturday. I talked a little bit about it. I don't want to go into it too much because I knew you were coming on, and I knew that was going to be a point of discussion for us here this morning. What you guys know about East Jeff coming into the game on Saturday?
I told the guys I take this one. They were hungry. Coach outworked me. Players outworked us. They were battling, trying to get in that playoff spot. So it was like a must win for them. We played Friday night, Fontainebleau, and then we have St. Paul's Tuesday. So we played early Saturday after like a tough battle with Fontainebleau, and I tried to watch a game Saturday morning, and I really didn't know a lot. So got to give them credit. They outworked us. I screwed up. I screwed that one up, but just got outworked by coaches, everything.
Do you think coming into that game that your kids overlooked or looked over East Jeff, thinking about St. Paul's on Tuesday, which is the game we'll talk about in a minute. But do you think that they were just looking past East Jeff and in a moment saying, hey, you know, we got this one. Let's start mentally preparing for St. Paul's.
I mean, they beat us this summer, so I wouldn't say overlooked. I mean, we 4-0 in district right now. We got St. Paul's that's 4-0. So, I mean, as a coach, I mean, I'm kicking myself for doing this, but I'm like, hey, if I'm gonna lose one, you know, I'm gonna put all my eggs in the basket for Fountain Blue, and then St. Paul's, you know, but like I'm gonna focus on that, like watch the film, show them all the stuff, and I mean, I would like it just as a coach to think, man, if I would have just went as hard as I did Fountain Blue, we'd have a better chance. Just, you know, steal a couple possessions here and there, which I take that one.
Right.
But they outworked us. He did some stuff when he switched to that zone at the end. Man, it was good. That was good stuff by him. So.
Right. How much, be it after a win or a loss, how much time do you guys put into film study and not just preparing for the next team, but maybe using the last win or a loss as a motivational tool or a teaching tool for a teachable moment to help your kids get a better IQ and understanding of what you expect for them to be able to do throughout the course of a game?
So when I was in college, I was like trying to work my way up. I was the video coordinator. So all I did was break down film, like more film than I've ever seen in my life. So, I mean, film is super, super important to me. And normally we watch about ourselves and the team we play. We break down stuff every single game. Now it's tough when you play a back-to-back, you know, game at 7:30 at night Friday. Then we leave at 11 a.m. So, you know, in the future, I'm probably on the back-to-backs. We'll come in 30, 45 minutes before we leave, and we'll watch film. So just it's teaching me some life lessons, some stuff we should be doing better at, though. Right.
Big district matchup coming up this on tomorrow night, 7 p.m. What do you know about St. Paul's, and how do you guys stop what they're trying to do offensively? Because you guys are both 4-0 in district, so that means that you guys can put the ball in the basket a little bit more than the other team to end up with a win after the final buzzer.
So, I mean, I've been around this district for like 26 years since we've been living over here. I think it's one of the best, most talented St. Paul's teams ever since I've been around here. And I think maybe not team-wise yet, but Mandeville, I think it's one of our most talented, you know, division whatever kids, college basketball players we got as well.
You got some dudes,
right,
man.
Right. So we still trying to work all that other stuff, but man, they do like 5 on, 5 off. They got great athletes that can also shoot fundamental. They just back cut you to death. Like it's just I mean, it's actually some good basketball watching. I'm like, man, this is great. And like all summer, every practice, we've been defensive, like shell drills. We've been doing stuff that they do, like their tendencies.
Right.
And I mean, and my thinking was, man, we just get one against St. Paul's, but also it made us a better defensive team, like practicing their stuff in our shell drill, just the whole year, you know. So,
man, I'm going to tell you another thing that I really, really enjoy in watching you guys was, you know, again, Jalen Pizzone and Bryce Wymanson. Jalen is a downhill specialist. Like the more he gets to go downhill with the ball in his hands, the more creative I think he gets. And is it any shot that Bryce can't hit on the court?
So Bryce, man, it's amazing. I've been knowing Bryce since he was 6 years old, and I didn't think he was like, you know, just you see him shooting as a little kid. So, I mean, he was a little beat up that game. I thought I was gonna sit him, and he's like, "Nah, coach, we gotta win, we gotta play." So I said, "All right, let's go." And Nah, he got so much better since his freshman year. He's in the gym now shooting probably 1,000 on the gun, another 1,000 shot. This is his life. Same thing with Jalen. This is his life. I want to talk to him about don't let the defense set up, catch, rip, go, against that zone. He's letting it sit. Like after we got the ball moving, I wanted him to attack early. So just stuff like that, I think he can, he learned. And it's his, he came from Texas. Then he had to sit out last year. So I was like, man, this is your first varsity year ever. I know you're a junior, but it's your first varsity year. So, like, just some things that's going to make it a little easier for you. So he good, he coachable. So it's fun to have them kind of guys.
I don't want to kind of tell his trademark, but you it's very rarely that you see a lefty love to play right. Like that's a very rare. Guys generally play to their dominant hand, their dominant side, and so that shows how much work he's put into his game to help get him confident in what he's doing. Not only to help him, but to help you guys as well.
Yeah, he really it's his life. He wants to be a Division I college basketball player, or he thinks, he put in so much work for this. So that's what his goals are. That's his dreams. He handles his business in the classroom just for that. And it's a lot of dedication you got to do. You got to say no to parties, all that stuff. And he just lives in the gym. He really does. I'm glad they're on my team.
Right.
Yeah.
One more play I want to ask you about. I thought that he was really important to what you were trying to do, and then we'll finish it up with some district talk. I must be getting old. I just looked at this young fellow's name. I think he's number 24, Remy Marsh.
Remy Marsh, yep.
Talk to us a little bit about who Remy is for you guys and how important he is.
So Remy, we thought was a baseball guy. I got the job his sophomore year, and he'd been playing baseball. And I watched one summer league game, and my first summer league game ever I watched, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna cut him, and I'm like, I can't work with him, and he just came to work every single day. He don't really talk much, and he just works, and I don't really take him out of the lineup anymore. Like, he making big threes for us, big shots, rebounding. He's like the enforcer. He's grimy. He's dirty. Like,
that's right.
I can't believe how much better he got, And he really he kind of dedicated his life to basketball as well. He kind of just started to really enjoy the sport. So,
man, I'm gonna tell you this, Coach, because I always tell people that my eyes don't lie to me. And if I say a kid is this kid and this is what he can do, then that's what he is, and those are the things that he can do. I just want to tell you thank you, man, because all the things that you just used, all the words you just used to describe Remy Marsh, those are the exact things that I saw from him on Saturday. And Saturday was the first full game that I've gotten to watch you guys play this year. I got to watch a little, I think maybe like the first quarter during Hoop Fest when you guys played Beauchamp. And so at the end of the day, you can't, they say 10 minutes you can tell who a kid is, but you really get a really good feel of who a kid is through one full game. And that's exactly what I saw in Remy Marsh, man. And so just thank you for making me even more confident in what I'm trying to do and build. Because sometimes, you look at stuff and you be like, But then when someone else confirms what you feel, that means that you're doing something right. Thank you for letting me know that, Coach. I appreciate it. Can I get a pound?
Nah, appreciate what you're doing, man. Appreciate what y'all doing, though. This is awesome. I wish we had some of this stuff when I played.
Right. Shoot, I played long time ago, Coach. Long time ago. So, it really is. In district play, man, Division I, you're in group or category 5. Fontainebleau, Saint Scholastica, Ponchatoula, Hammond, Slidell, and Covington. What's district play like for you guys?
Who it is? It is a war every single night. It's not fun. Like I'm not. It's not fun at all. I'm not gonna lie. Before I was like, we played. I was like, if we can go 3-1 these first four, man, it'd be a great year. 2-2, we'll take. I don't want 1-3, 0-4. That's a disaster. And so we 4-0. So it's all right. Let's keep it rolling. But it's been every team besides Covington right now, if it ended today, would make the playoffs. So it's like 7 out of 8 would make the playoffs. So it's been North Shore's the other one. They a top 10 team as well. So
right. So I got a shocker earlier. Coach Jeff Jones, Madison Prep was on, and generally in high school, boys and girls basketball, they play 2 rounds, a home game and an away game. I'm a big fan, big proponent of 2 rounds. Are you guys in Division I doing 2 rounds, or are you guys doing 1 round and then a district tournament? Or as Madison Prep said, they're doing in their district, are you guys just doing a district tournament to finish off the season?
So that's been the debate. It's been the coaches meeting at the end. That's been the hot debate. My whole life, it's been 2 rounds, home and away. But I mean, that's
Right.
14 games you'd play. And I mean, it's everybody beats up on each other. So I get it. Like it hurts power rankings and all that stuff while other people are playing power ranking games. But
Right.
I mean, just play. I played here, playing in this, playing at St. Paul's, playing at Fontainebleau, all them games. I saw every team we play. Like if you're gonna have a senior and he can't play at St. Paul's his senior year, that don't make sense to me. That was the best part of high school. That's one of the best things I remember. Right. So, I'd rather road games than home games sometimes, just because I like the hostility. So we right now we doing two rounds, home and away. So I'm sure we'll talk about it again at the coaches meeting, but that's what we've been doing.
And again, the person or entity that adapts to change most has the most possibilities and opportunities to be successful. So with that in mind, ponder this. Wouldn't playing 1 round or playing just the district tournament at the end of the season right before playoffs, wouldn't that allow you guys to play more competitive teams to even help more with the, I guess appearance is not the best word, but of increasing the opportunity to increase your power rankings more? Wouldn't that help you guys more?
If we didn't play 2 rounds, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. If you say scratch the 2 rounds,
All right.
and maybe you just play a district tournament at the end, and now that's 3 games. So now that gives you 11 more games. Instead of playing 14 total district games, that gives you 11 non-district games that you can fill your schedule with to play more competitive teams. Wouldn't that give you the appearance of it being better for you power rankings wise? Because that's, at the end of the day, the more power rankings you get for more dominant teams, the more it helps your teams in rankings for your district.
Right. Yeah, I mean, so I when we were like a couple years ago, we were just hoping to get the 32 seed. So you can go play a Class B team that a 5A team should beat. But if they have 25 wins, it might be an easy game than saying play a 5A 17-17 team. So like you would prepare yourself better in the playoffs by playing, say, a 17-17 5A team, but power rankings wise, you might as well go play the Class B team that's 25-5. So I mean, it just depends what you trying to like mess with the system or you trying to prepare for the playoffs. So
Right.
I mean, it just depends on how confident you are going to make, so I mean, I see both sides of it.
I'm gaining more and more respect though for Class B and C basketball.
Yeah.
It's a lot of Class B and C basketball teams, regardless of class or whatever. You play with them, you better bring your lunch because they're gonna be.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the top teams. Yeah, I know them top teams. Yeah, I know they you put them in 6A, they be ready to go. Yeah,
right. That's right.
I ain't talking about them because I was in B for 1 year. I ain't talking about like the Bora. I ain't talking about them. That's a whole nother world.
Right.
Yeah,
so we want to thank Mandeville Skips head coach Josh Priola, and I apologize. You know what I did wrong. I know that flyer thing. Again, yeah, that was me going too fast, I think. So I'm glad we were able to get that corrected, and we look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow night, man. I'm really excited about being in Mandeville and being able to share with you guys in that game versus the St. Paul Wolves. If I thought Saturday's game was really phenomenal, two 5A juggernauts, because East Jeff, they had a really great, second, third round basketball season last year. Different coach this year, but the same expectations and standards are there. And so when that happens, greatness happens, and that's what we're gonna have tomorrow night, St. Paul at Mandeville.
Yeah, appreciate everything you do. I mean, it should be a standing room only type event, so it should be big time atmosphere. So
that's awesome, Josh Priola, Mandeville Skippers. Thanks again, and we'll be back with boys soccer Saturday news and notes from Saturday's games, and then that's gonna be it. I always hate when I get to the end of the show and there's nothing left to talk about. Little tears be rolling down my eyes. No, it's not fictional. That's real. It's because I love what I do. So we'll be back after this.
Thank you.
Hey, we're back. Boys soccer from Saturday featured Ascension Christian versus Riverside, 5-1 win for Ascension Christian at home. Ascension Episcopal gets a big win over Lafayette Christian at home, 3-0. Calvary Baptist loses to Ouachita Christian on the road, 3-0. Catholic New Iberia plays Westminster Christian to a 1-1 tie on the road. Episcopal Lakeshore, big win for Episcopal, 3-0 at home over Lakeshore. Glenmore, Grace Christian gets a 3-0 win at home. Menard, St. Frederick, 2-1 win for Menard at home. Division 3, Bel Air ULab, 8-0 win for University at home. Buckeye goes down to Pineville on the road, 7-0. Had a couple of canceled games. DeRidder Natchitoches Central International High School of New Orleans versus John Eric, both canceled. Parkview, no game there. Livonia, West Feliciana, 3-2 win for West Feliciana at home. 8-0. Nope. Sorry. Brent Franklin Jesuit 3-0 win for Brent Franklin on the road. 3-0 win for Jesuit on the road at Ben Franklin. Benton Neville gets a 3-1 win. I think we shared that game with you guys on Off the Bench Sports. Neville at home over Benton 3-1. East Jeff Mandeville. East Jeff gets a 2-1 win over Mandeville. Lakeshore versus Episcopal. Lakeshore, the road team, 3-0 loss. Division I, Rommel HL Bourgeois, 5-0 win for Rommel. Denham Springs defeats Southside 2-1 at home. Oh man, that's gonna be it, man. Not a lot of games Saturday and boys and girls soccer, but playoffs coming up soon. Again, indoor track is about to get started. Wrestling is about in the middle of the season. So I'm gonna figure out how to be able to get us more wrestling scores and things of that nature, man. Thank you guys for joining us. We want to thank all of our featured guests for today. Jeff Jones, Madison Prep, Chargers basketball. Dexter Washington, Hamilton Christian Warriors basketball. Sharon Finister Jr., football, basketball, track. Student athlete at Faraday Trojans High School. And Josh Priola, Mandeville Skippers basketball. Again, you guys are the best. Thank you guys for everything, for allowing me to be a part of your athletic lives. Means the world to me. Thank you. Remember, get off the bench, get into the game. Off the Bench Sports Prep News.